All right, recording in progress, and this isn't pretty, and I don't mean me. I'm super pretty. The quality. Oh, and then right there, I just froze. Whew. All right, no hyperbole is allowed. 15. 15 times I've tried to make this video, and I made it once, and it sounded like I swore. Did you swear? Maybe no, uh, but it sounded like I swore. So when I did the check through, I'm like, I didn't. That does. Well, maybe you did swear. Well, I don't know why I would because I had no context in the moment. However, hey, here we are. All right. So, uh, gosh, this is bad. All right. What's the topic? All right. So, the topic is that fiction is like a cover song. Like a cover song. Why do you do cover songs? Multiple reasons. Number one, you like the song. Number two, you're in the city that either the singer of the song or the song itself is kind of from. So if you're in Kansas City, so my band and I, we're going to be in Kansas City. Maybe we come out in tuxedos, fancy hat, and sing Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. Okay. Or if I'm in Bruce Springsteen land, I'm in New Jersey. Maybe I'll sing Pink Cadillac. I wouldn't recommend any singing by me whatsoever, but we're just talking stories here. However, oh, and then other covers are done because they're fun. Sa plan pour wah wah wah. They jump around. It's fun. However, there's a bigger reason. Sometimes a song, you hear it and you're just like, that means something. So maybe you hear Peter Gabriel's "In Your Eyes." Great song, one of my all-time favorites. I put it right up there with Romeo and Juliet by Dire Straits. That's incredible stuff. All right, so maybe I'll reference Romeo and Juliet instead because maybe I like them both. So I want to sing that song because perhaps I am a singer guitarist in love. Maybe because I feel something about the song. So I perform the song. But the thing is, I'm covering the song, but because I'm not covering it for fun, I'm covering it because I feel like I have something to say. I have a comment about Dire Straits' Romeo and Juliet, like the way when the Killers did it. The Killers didn't just copy it, they did their own thing. And they did a good job. They really did. They did a really good job with it. Uh, you cover it because you take the original meaning of the song, but then you put your own spin on it, your interpretation of the real thing. A cover song could be an interpretation of the real thing. So is fiction. I don't have a book nearby. I'll pretend this is a book. It's an envelope, but we'll pretend this is a book. In this book, so I wrote it, but let's pretend I wrote it. Okay, so I wrote that book. Well, being the pretentious writer I am, I feel like I have some information I want to give to the world. I want to put in part of my own experience, part of my vicariously learned experience, and part of my witnessed experience that I didn't fully internalize, but at the same time, I understood. So I am going to take real life and do a cover version of it. I am going to write a story in which a character goes through things that are similar to real life, but not quite the same. Well, why do I do this? Same reason I wrote the cover song. I wrote the cover song, or I performed the cover song because I have something I want to share with my audience. I have a song that I want to share. It's a song that I enjoy. It's a song that has something in it that I want to share. I want to get it out there. Well, when I wrote my book here, Oh, look what the critics did to it. Oof, harsh. When I when I wrote my book, I have some stories about real life that I want to cover. So when I write my story about love, I'm going to maybe include a story that happened with my first girlfriend, the awkward first kiss. It was awful. I know you're thinking you're pretty much James Bond. I appreciate that, but I wasn't always. And maybe as a teacher, I include something that happened to student A, where they were talking about in class, or maybe I walked by them in the hallway and saw them crying, and I'm like, my usual thing is to say, not jumping in, not getting involved. If you need me, you know where I am, because I know this is going to come as a shock. Not every student wants to have a conversation with me about love and love lost. I know. I'm freaking wise. And notice I said freaking, not even close, but that wasn't the word. It sounded like I said the D word. Uh, but, oh, Conway, why do we need to know this? We need to know this because we often see fiction as just that. It's a story. Like, what do we need to know about Star Wars? Well, maybe we need to know that there is good inside people. And that's what Luke showed us. With a fictional Darth Vader, he showed us that there is real good inside people. Yeah. Maybe from fictional Shallow Hal, why did I just pull that movie? Wow. Right now I want to do a timeout and like get inside my head and try to figure out why of all movies that I pulled from Shallow Hal. Oh, did you like that movie? No, I didn't hate it. It had Tony Robbins in it. I like Tony Robbins, but Shallow Hal. That was my pull. Star Wars and Shallow Hal. Ladies and gentlemen, incompetence. All right, however, Shallow Hal. Well, what do we need to know about Shallow Hal? Well, he learns about the inner beauty of people. He learns not to be quite so shallow, and in part, he learns it from our greatest mentor, Tony Robbins, who I do like. Shallow Hal. Well, that's kind of the highlight of the video. My drop of shallow. Okay. Anyways, perhaps the video is a commentary about the military and how it creates a, shall we say, a band of brothers. But that's not fiction, but it's still a story based on a real story. It's not exact. It would be kind of like a cover version of the real story. Uh-huh. Yeah. See what I did there. It's not as impressive as my Shallow Hal poll. I don't know what to say. All the stories in history, and I pull Shallow Hal. Most of you are thinking, I've never even heard of it. You're okay. All right. So a cover song is a cover of someone else's song that you want to get some ideas about. Get some ideas about, and you want to get them out there. A fictional story does the same thing. You want to get some ideas out. You want to take someone else's story, someone else's real story, make it your own a little bit, but share it because there's something in there that we can learn from. And we can learn. Romeo and Juliet, that song by Dire Straits. Oh, it's a great song. But oh, I'm terrible at pulling lyrics, but it's incredible. So am I suggesting you go look at it now? Yeah. Let me pull this down a little bit. Oh, wow. I just got blurrier. You can fall for chains of silver. You could fall for chains of gold. You can fall for pretty strangers and the promises they hold. Something like that. And I dreamed your dream for you, and now your dream is real. How can you look at me as if it was just another one of your deals? something like that. I don't think I got them in the right order or anything. Ooh, I'm kind of freezing too. Hey, on that note, let's can the video. But from that little bit of Dire Straits, you can learn about a breakup. You can learn about a relationship that just wasn't meant to be. The dice was loaded from the start. And I bet you exploded into my heart. Oh, I need to listen to that song right now. Great song. All right. Bye. Bye again. There we go.